Well, by the way, Terry Melcher, as far as I'm concerned, is a pivotal character in all of this. Absolutely pivotal, because here was a boy that lived by the creed uh, to of uh, of those to whom much is given, much is required. And here is a guy born with a silver spoon in his mouth who espoused and studied and was moved by Aboriginal curiosities and so forth, not because it was a vogue, but he, of course, he created a vogue in a way, but he exercised, he was a great man behind the curtain, this Terry Melcher guy. It was his, it was his audacity that made the Byrds a reality, because he printed up the song Tambourine Man with no permission from the company, a rebel, a one-man Trojan horse inside Columbia Records. He printed up that tune, and he personally, I think, printed up 450 copies or something, and he personally, he got in it in that fine touring car he must have had, and he zipped up and down the coast of California, and he personally took into the bowels of these radio stations, and with the powers of friendly persuasion, made airplay out of the Byrds' first record. Didn't have permission. It's against company logic and so forth. Nobody was prepared. As a matter of fact, they didn't have the records printed. The records were not, they didn't exist. Somebody up in the higher reaches of Columbia Records says, "What's this?" They didn't say it like that. But what's happening here? Was that a fastball? Where's my bat? Some executive had to wrestle with the fact that there were no records for the Byrds. Now, Terry did that, and he took pernicious delight in doing it, upsetting the status quo with this thing. He was a convert to everything that the social implications of the Byrds suggested. Terry had a great talent, but you know, it's hard to know what talent is. All I know is he had a sympathetic ear. I don't think he was musically literate, and I've come to find that that doesn't really matter. It's not, in music, it's, as they say, not how big the gun, it's how good the shot. And I believe that. And Terry was such a person. And he had the modesty to bring people in where he didn't have the ability. He played piano perfectly passably, and yet he brought me in as a keyboard player. And it was wonderful. And another folk rock group at the time, the Gentle Soul, I think either before or concurrent with the Byrds in their recording. I got money for playing on their sessions as well. I think they made it possible, well, certainly they made it possible to dance to the word Jesus and other things like that. Things went on that were constantly reinvigorating, oxygenating, making better what a song can do. The songs were ear confections in a way. I mean, it was like they were beautiful to listen to. The energy was good, and yet there were lyrics with the highly charged politicism hidden in the songs. You can hear it, and so it was all very respectable. There was nothing like of a turncoat sensibility. I think when you talk about folk rock, I think folk rock was a very convenient vehicle to do the right thing. I think it was an ethical field of inquiry and very nice chapter